that indicates, but I'll come to you in a minute. DK Joshi of CRISIL is joining us as well. Mr. Joshi, good morning, sir. What's your take on the headline number 7.8? So, not showing any softness, neither does the manufactured side show any softness, and then there's that upward revision in the July numbers to account for as well.
Yeah, I think we were expecting 7.9 and slightly lower than what we expected. But I think going ahead, you will see the inflation inch ahead, and I think we see it crossing 8% in the next month.
8% in the next couple of months, and we've got comments coming out from the Planning Commission Deputy Chairman that inflation does remain above comfort level. Dr. Joshi, we were talking about the fuel index, so it looks like the diesel price, of course, had been partially built in this particular month. On the LPG side, it's showing a 1% increase. Does that mean that they have accounted partially for the LPG changes?
Looks like. I mean, there's no other reason to adjust that price otherwise. And I think going ahead, we also will see the upward adjustment of electricity prices that's now happening across India. I think that will also get increasingly reflected in the WPI. So there are pressure points which will get reflected, and those services are not a part of WPI. But I think the communication prices are also rising, particularly the mobile services, etc. So there is a pressure on inflation which is going to show up in the next 2 to 3 months.
We were talking also about the manufactured side. How does one now build in the currency factor into manufactured or the imported elements? Although the currency after going back up is now gone down, but would there be a bit of relief there coming in?
Well, provided the currency sustains at these low levels, I think. Otherwise, currency being appreciating for 2 to 3 weeks doesn't really materially have an impact. I think rupee has to appreciate and stay at those levels to have a material impact on inflation. I think our call is that rupee will remain at these levels. Provided there are no events coming from Europe which are adverse. I think rupee should be should be within 53, and I think that should have some impact, softening impact on inflation, and particularly I think the oil import side. I think that's where it will get reflected most.
Okay, Aditi, just coming to the food side for a minute, the food article number is quite soft this time, 7.86. The primary article number is also at 8.77, but is that largely on account of the base effect?
I think so, Ira. I mean, I was expecting the food articles inflation number to soften to around 8%, so it seems to be just a tad under that. I would expect that we're going to see a month-on-month decline in vegetable prices similar to what we've seen in the last couple of months, whereas a lot of the other, cereals and pulses and some of the other crops are going to show a month-on-month increase, again, similar to the trend that we've seen in the last few months.
Okay. The monsoon impacts, Mr. Joshi, that you were talking about, are we seeing now, anticipating further pressure on the food side? Although you did see a pickup on the rains, but I'm just wondering that as you move towards that 8%, perhaps 8.5% number on account of just fuel and some of those excise duty changes, do we have to factor in an upside from food as well? Mr. Joshi?
Because I think the Kharif production has not been really good. So it will get reflected in edible oil inflation, and also I think in pulses. I think these are the two areas where you'll see pressure coming. I think as far as rice and wheat are concerned, we have enough stock, so I think that's going to keep a lid on that inflation. And as far as coarse cereals are concerned, I think some late sowing would have a softening impact on what otherwise could have been an inflationary spiral in these items. So I think there's a mixed picture in as far as the food is concerned.
Okay, so net, I guess let me just get final comments. So Mr. Joshi, you're saying that we would move definitely towards 8, which is now within striking distance, and probably towards 8.5 over the next couple of months. So in that sense, for the Reserve Bank to justify rate action based on the inflation numbers would be very, very difficult.
Yeah, looks like. I mean, it's the headline inflation is above their targets and is likely to remain above their targets, significantly above their target for next few months. So I think rate cut or an aggressive rate cut looks very, very difficult at this juncture. And despite the fact that the demand in the economy is showing clear signs of slowdown.
Aditi, could they once again surprise? All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much, Mr. Joshi, Aditi, for joining us and giving us that take on the inflation numbers. So I think, there is no relief on the inflation side, no matter which way you look at it. I think the only thing that we need to do is the computation of the core number to see what comes out in terms of core inflation, and we'll get to that in a minute. Meantime, I have Sanjay